Yes. Professor Reshma, it is over to you. Please start.
Sir. So, good afternoon, everyone. As we approach to the final segment of this enriching second international conference, ICITL 2.0, we now move into a thought-provoking panel discussion titled From Chalkboard to Chatbots: How Generative AI is Reshaping the Classrooms. This session brings together leading voices in education and technology to explore how Gen AI is transforming teaching, learning, and the future of classroom worldwide. We are pleased to welcome Dr. Mohammad Farooq Sheikh, a distinguished researcher who works to bridge the fields of pharmacology and pedagogy. Stewart University, Australia, and is an adjunct associate professor at Monash University, Malaysia. With over 250 research publications, his commitment to academic excellence is reflected in his editorial roles during session chief editor for Frontiers in Neurology. Dr. Sheikh's pedagogical approach emphasizes research integrated teaching, interdisciplinary learning, and the use of experimental models to enrich student understanding and engagement. We are honored to have Dr. Sheikh with us today and look forward to his insights on how research and innovation can reshape pedagogy in the age of AI. Welcome, sir. Moving forward,
Yes.
we are pleased to welcome, thank you. Moving forward, we are pleased to welcome Dr. Syed Misbahul Hassan, a distinguished academician and researcher in pharmaceutical chemistry, currently serving as a Dean of Faculty of Pharmacy and Director IQAC at Integral University, Lucknow. With over 25 years of experience in teaching, research, and academic leadership, Dr. Hassan has made significant contribution to drug synthesis, particularly in anti-inflammatory and antipsychotics. His pedagogical philosophy integrates rigorous scientific training with innovative teaching methodologies, fostering critical thinking and research aptitude among the students. With international teaching experience, including 11-year tenure in Saudi Arabia and active involvement in curriculum development, he brings a global perspective to pharmaceutical education. We are honored to have Dr. Hassan with us today and look forward for his insights and advancing education through research-driven teaching. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Moving forward, thank you. Moving forward, we are pleased to welcome Dr. Sunil Kotesar, a distinguished alumnus of BITS Pilani, is presently working as a dean at KK Wagh Institute of Engineering Education and Research, Nasik. He has experience of teaching, research, testing, and consultancy at and administration over a period of 30 years. His research area includes concrete technology in structural engineering and dams in water resource engineering. He holds the title of Professional Engineer from Engineering Council of India, has published 110 plus research papers in peer-reviewed journals. Kutesar has held leadership roles in professional bodies, including serving as a president of Architects and Engineer Association, Nasik. Presently, he is contributing to the national standards as the member of CED2 Committee on Cement and Concrete at the Bureau of Indian Standards, New Delhi. We are honored to have Dr. Kotesar on this panel and look forward to his insights on innovation and pedagogy in engineering education. Welcome, sir, to the
Thank you.
panel discussion. Continuing our exploration to transformative pedagogy, we are delighted to welcome Dr. Ida Abdul Khalik, Senior Lecturer and Academic Lead of General Studies at School of Pathways and Immersion, Monash University, Malaysia, a passionate advocate of active learning. Dr. Ida has pioneered a range of innovative teaching strategies from digital and blended learning to role play, project based, and experiential approach. Her commitment to enhance students' engagement has earned her the Excellence Award in Education from Advanced HESF UK, showcasing her leadership and impact in higher education. We are honored to have Dr. Ida with us and look forward for her perspectives on reimagining classrooms through learner-centered pedagogy. Welcome, ma'am, to the panel. I warmly welcome all our panelists and thank them for joining us today to share their insights. To guide this discussion, we are pleased to have Dr. Sharik Sayed, Dean AIKTC School of Pharmacy, New Panvel, as a session moderator. Dr. Sharik brings a wealth of experience in educational innovation and Gen AI digital transformation. As we are excited to have him lead this forum, welcome, Dr. Sharik, sir. I now invite you to take over the session and lead us through this engaging panel discussion. Over to you, sir.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Reshma, for the kind introduction. And it's just purely an honor for me to be uh, chairing and moderating this very interesting session and dialogue, which brings us at the closure end of this 3 days conference, which has really started on a very exciting note. And 2 days of discussion that are going on, and this final day is closing up on all the thoughts that have been spoken in the last 2 days. So I have the honor of chairing this session and rather moderating it on something which is very interesting and is very close to my heart. And I think which is also equally interesting and important to all of us as educators. And it is all about the role of AI into a classroom, and starts with something very interesting that organizers have put forward this, which is basically the journey from chalkboard to chatboard. To me, it is not just basically tools, but rather it's a mindset. And so you saw 19th century, you have chalkboards that standardized the education. Then you have 20th century, you have projectors and computers that did at scale. Now with generative AI, you're looking at personalization to a level of literally as a Netflix recommendation. So personalization to that level in education. And if you're looking at the reports around us, so India ranks among the second in the OpenAI membership for ChatGPT. That is with the country with the largest population in the world and having such a large user base. And there are a lot of reports that are coming out every day. The other day, McKinsey talked about a report which they showed that AI tutors can significantly improve student learning by almost equivalent to an additional year of teaching for disadvantaged learners. So the impact is huge. And the potential is immense. So we're sitting at a very interesting times in where you have these very intelligent systems that are augmenting our learning, our support to our students, and how do we take them very responsibly into this revolution is something of a role that we teachers should have. So we can. What I would like to do is to have this open question to the forum members, and I would really request a minute or so of their opening remark on that question, where how do you see this journey from chalkboards to chatboards, which pretty much symbolizes this evolution of education that you have. So from chalkboard to chatboard, the evolution. So I would like to request the senior most member in the panel here, Dr. Sunil Kote, for his opening remark, and then we can move on to the other members here. Dr. Sunil Kote, over to you.
Yeah. Fresh afternoon to all honorable chair session of this session, Dr. Sharik. I'm equally happy to note the existence of Dr. Mohammed, Dr. Syed Hassan, Dr. Idak, and so many participant delegates, more than 70 plus attending this conference in online mode here. And it's a really great thanks to the technology by virtue of which we all are now connected with this platform, online platform. And this was the start of something new era we faced in COVID in the online mode. Probably previous to COVID that we were not exposed to all such new technologies, new Zoom platform and all those things. And that the journey we started by and large with a high impact from COVID now has reached to such a stage of teaching learning that we are now facing this AI wave, and from chatbot, chalkboards to chatbots, all these things. This is a real great transformation that has now taken place, and that we are all going to have this in new era that has changed our entire approach of teaching, learning. I think that this has really reshaped the classrooms also, because next Gen Z, to whom we are accountable in teaching and learning, they are now going to see this new change, and we teachers now are going to face this revolution. And I think now we will also have to shift from chalkboards to chatbots, because now if we have to accept the challenges of new gen, we will have to go for this new transformation. I look at this entire transformation as an opportunity, because that will be giving us a good opportunity to face the challenges of this new technology, and where there will be a need for all the teachers also to update their knowledge, to shift from the classroom to this new technology. So on one front, when there is a challenge of facing this new transformation from classroom to chatbots, we will have to update ourselves. That is number one at our end. And I am seeing this new generation very excited to face this new transformation. And for this new transformation, they are well equipped. New generation, we teachers will have to update ourselves. And during this entire journey, we will have to take care that the knowledge component should not be disturbed, because while entire thing, this knowledge component which we used to impart from the knowledge from the classroom till that should maintain its high impact also, because there is another thought, school of thought, that can we with this AI will be losing the cognizant the cognizant component of the knowledge, and can we are we going away from this entire human touch of these things? So while maintaining the human touch of the system, we will have to see that yeah, we will have to maintain the well balance between classroom as well as this new project. So I believe the challenges on both the sides, students and teachers, they will only make both of us to get updated while facing this transformation.
Absolutely, sir. I fully agree with you. I think that's a transition that we as teachers will have to adapt to, evolve into, and we'll have to make sure how this technology is used in a responsible way, where students are learning and rather their cognitive offloading, that is the concern, is not there. Dr. Misbah, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, you are looking at the whole integral university space, and your university is at the forefront of introducing some of these technologies. So your 2 cents on that.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Dr. Sharik. I thank the IPC at the outset of Kansika Technical Campus for having invited me with such an good eminent panelist with me. Congratulations to you. I think this is the 3rd day, so you have already successfully conducted all the different sessions for this conference. And I also congratulate you on taking a very important topic here, rather how pedagogy actually influences education. As far as chalkboards to chatbots is there, as Professor Sunil Kute also implied, that I think almost all the panelists here have transitioned from chalkboards to chatbots now. What I find here is that we have slowly developed pedagogy, and we have actually gone into learner-centric education, rather than what we had was a direct teaching method, which has been very, very well changed now into what we can call it as flipped classroom and other things that we usually employ for teaching of our students. This definitely actually improves teaching, as Dr. Sunil Kute said about knowledge. Yes, it does. It definitely makes it more learner-centric. But where would we without technology? Where would we without, let's say, if we were just with chalkboards, no computers, no projectors, no AI tools, we would have been lagging a lot behind. If you talk about my discipline, about pharmacy, I remember how I used to teach on chalkboards, drawing several structures and then trying to make students understand those chemical structures. At the same time, now I do not need to do this. The structures are all well prepared, either by me or I can have it from the AI, and I can then just go on and explain it. This improves critical thinking, this improves knowledge dissemination, this improves what you call it as comprehension of the topic. Therefore, I personally think that yes, the transition to chatbots from chalkboards have been very helpful in the evolution of education, which has been primarily pedagogy based. But yes, technology has a big role in this. This is my viewpoint. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I think I fully agree with you. I think technology has really shaped how we interact in our classrooms and the impact that has created. Dr. Farooq, you've worked at Monash, and Monash is at the leading front globally into bringing a lot of technology and innovation to their classroom. I think they're obsessed about it as far as I see that. And you've had a great amount of experience working at that ecosystem. How do you see this transition coming in from chatbots to chalkboards in terms of effective learning and for our students?
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Sharik. I think this is a very timely topic, and especially, everyone here, is, also the participant, as an educator, as an academician, that's something we need to be very forward thinking. We can't really still be sitting with what we were doing for last 10, 20 years. This is the time if we make it, otherwise we won't be with the generation Alpha. Gen Z is already, is there, but I think, as I mentioned in the first day as well, the Gen Alpha are going to put a lot of challenges to the academician. And the current, I think, the cohort of students we are teaching across the world, they are not literally seeking knowledge and information from us as an educator. They have different, very sources. Even as a pharmacologist, I might explain a mechanism of a drug, taking half an hour to details and receptors and targets and neurotransmitter and everything. But they just find a good YouTube video which can explain the same concept in 30 seconds. So they don't need me as such in order to learn the knowledge and concept, because they found different ways. But what they need from the educators is the validation of what they have learned. Okay, that's one thing. And so our role of literally teaching has changed from teaching to facilitation and validation and confirmation of their information. And look, they're gonna go a step forward. I can just share an example, like my kids who are in year 2 and year 5, ChatGPT is a common thing they use in the classroom. The teachers are enforcing them, okay, this information, go to ChatGPT and find out what's happening and what you found from there. So I think I'm just finishing it up on that. So when we are using AI, it could be a tool where we use that as a co-pilot. I think on the first day, Luke Pemberton also mentioned, we actually unofficially already got a research assistant or a teaching assistant who's actually there to help us, to do, this advanced level of teaching. So I think if we are not ready as an educator to adopt this technology and move forward, or still want to stick with chalkboards, then I think we probably need to count our days in academia, because that's not something will help us to sustain in there.
Right. I think you rightly mentioned it. I think the adoption has to be is there, and the adoption has to be in a very discipline matter, or else I think we lose out the generation in terms of their acceptability and their mode of learning. So coming over to Ada, who also comes from Monash, she also brings a huge amount of expertise, especially into medicine and clinical aspects of it. And she's also experimenting a lot of different pedagogies. We've heard her in the last year's conference as well. So Ida, what are your thoughts on this shift that is happening, which is a major tectonic shift, I would say, happens in generations on learning, and what should we be doing?
Thank you, Dr. Sharik, and the organizer for having me at this conference. So I'm the last to do the opening. Like many of us here, we have experienced how we were the source of knowledge in front of the whiteboard for our student many years back. I think, but today our students have AI who answer their question faster than we do, like what Dr. Farouk mentioned just now. So we are no longer the ultimate source of knowledge for them. So in this era, can we avoid using Gen AI in education? Personally, I don't think so. So to cope with that, I think it's important to empower ourselves to embrace and also adapt appropriately to enhance our learning and teaching practices. Like Dr. Sune mentioned, we need to update our knowledge. I totally agree, because I mean, there is an age gap between we and student, and their knowledge and experience totally different from our experience. But it's important for us to keep update our knowledge, because as an academic, I always remind myself, Monash motto, which is Ancora Imparo, meaning I'm still learning, reflecting that even as educators, especially as an academic, we need to continuously learn, upgrade our knowledge in this rapid changing era, because we can see AI changing like every month, even every day. So if we are not coping with the changing of knowledge, it's difficult for us to perform our role to be an effective lecturers.
Great. I think I fully agree with you. So I think what you're seeing here is, and based on the opening remark, and what we're seeing is a paradigm shift in how we teach and learn, a change of role of teachers from more of a person on the stage to rather a guide on the side, and have these machines or intelligent systems that are helping us in the students' learning. So how do we work along with them for student growth? So there's a technology that is helping us, available to students 24/7. And we as a teacher, what do we bring? The other day, I was hearing a very interesting podcast where Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, was talking. And he said something very interesting. He said, you know what? There was a question where the speaker on the podcast, he mentioned that these new chatbots are coming, and these chatbots would replace teachers. And he said something very interesting. And I really, I really thought about it. He said, chatbots was great for learning, but I would still want to prefer interacting with a teacher, because that gives you an experience of that knowledge and learning. And that experience of learning and that interaction stays with you for a long time, because you associate that with that content and topic. I learned mechanics with XYZ teacher, and that was my learning. So you associate with someone essentially in the classroom. So that personal context that you bring into a classroom with teachers will always be, because he said one of the best moments of my learning were with my teachers. So from coming from him, who's the CEO of OpenAI, and he's bringing these technologies, that was really something that was very bold and something very introspective. So moving on to some of the questions that I have it here to the panelists, and we would also expect that the panelists would, let's keep it a little brief and a little tight so that we keep the conversation going. We're almost 30 minutes down. We have another 20 minutes or so with us, and I'd like to keep this rotating. So the first question is for Dr. Sunil Koti here, is how is the Gen AI influencing the role of teachers in our classroom? What is our role today, and maybe in 5 years from now? There are many of us here on the participant these are young faculties. They've just started their career in teaching 3 years, 4 years from now, and you hear these all horror headlines saying, AI is going to replace teachers, this and that. What's your thoughts on shepherding them, guiding them for the next 15, 20 years of their career that they're going in front of us.
Yeah. That's very nice question that I should welcome the question, because till date now, what was the pattern? A typical conventional pattern we used to provide enter in the classroom, give the lecture. There was a lesson plan, and we used to give the lecture. Many of teachers, they were having the habits of dictating the notes. And then some of them, they in recent past, they shifted to use of ICT tools also. So entire conventional model was the classroom centered and teacher centered model which we have, and now we will have to slowly move to learner centric model through the AI, use of AI. So the shifting of the teacher's role is now from source of knowledge to facilitator, and hereafter when AI is there, we teachers will not be now in the role of sheer source of knowledge, but now we will be becoming the facilitator. AI has also created some different challenges as well as some opportunities, as I said initially opening, and that's why when we are going to role of mentor and facilitator, instead of delivering the contents, now teacher will have to play the new roles, that how to use the AI tools very responsibly, because teachers now they will not be definitely replaced, but when they are mentors, they are facilitators, they will have to teach their now students how to use the AI with the sense of responsibility and accountability, because cut paste and all those AI generated information should not bypass the knowledge component. And that's why we will have to, the new challenge has been now posed by AI in the classroom, that our students require to think very critically. So critical thinking component should not be killed by these things. The more or less, this creativity component is also very equally important. That should not be killed. That AI, on one front, when it is exploring different sources of knowledge, at another front, by becoming addict of receiving the information readily available, our students should not lose their critical thinking capacity and this creativity and problem solving capacity. So teachers need to develop this kind of now new skills for the students, that they should now develop while using the AI tools and AI knowledge. They should develop this thing. One more thing which I have observed after AI transformation, that our students are losing their writing skills. They may be very good at receiving the things, but while they checking the papers and all those things, we have observed that they are losing their writing skills. So while improving this component with the help of AI knowledge component and all other information, a flood of information, we teachers will have to face this new challenge of maintaining their writing skill also. One more thing, that though when we are shifting from cognitive learning to digital learning, we should also remember that the challenge of this maintaining humanity is also equally important. The role of the teacher in this new AI environment will not be allowing the students to make them robots. We don't want to make students robots. They should make a good human being also. So all these, considering all these aspects, our challenges are there because we will have to shift now our role from this entire classroom teaching to this. And one more very important thing, now till that the students were having no choice now, because whatever college has posed them, appointed the teacher, they will have to learn from those teachers only. Now with all AI and all the choices available to the students, I believe that they may reject our conventional teachers also. And that's why teachers need to be very updated. And the main challenge will be hereafter that with this all available AI tools, why students should attend the lecture? Why they should enter in teacher classroom? Why they should listen to teacher? And when they will realize that their teachers are above AI information, above AI knowledge, then only they will be, and there comes the component of experience and personal touch, and all this creativity comes into the picture. So when our teachers will update themselves to the extent that they will be able to provide the feel to the students what they are getting more than AI from their classroom teaching, then only they will be coming to the class. And that's why I believe that Gen AI influence will be going to change the role of teachers in the classroom beyond AI capabilities in the form of developing, exploring the critical thinking ability, exploring the creativity of the students, exploring the problem solving ability of the thing, and moreover, making them a good human being instead of making the robots in the classroom. I believe with these challenges, if our teachers are updated, definitely the new role of teachers in the classroom will also be substantially appreciated along with this. And then that fear of replacing the teachers with AI will also subsequently will be going away from our classroom teaching. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. So I think what you really mentioned is preserving the critical thinking component of our students, where they are using these tools not to offload their cognition, but rather augment something of their learning, rather. So that's a very important point. And what you really mentioned is that as a teachers, we will have to evolve on how do we use these technology in a responsible manner, and what the value that we bring in the classrooms. As you rightly mentioned, the AI tools are there 24/7. They know everything pretty much that is available outside on the internet, and they have scrapped it all there. So what we bring is more personalization. What we bring is understanding of each student at a personal note. What we bring is the understanding of student, where he comes from, what is his background in terms of learning, and then personalizing it to their level. So I think that's where the value comes in. Moving on to Dr. Farooq here. So, can generative AI, personalize learning better than the traditional teaching methods? And if yes, then how would you think around that?
Yeah, that's really a great question. And I think I do not have a choice of saying no. And I have reason for that why I'm saying yes, because this can literally personalize the learning in ways which traditional methods often struggle to achieve. And the first and foremost is giving student a learning autonomy, what they choose and what they like and what works for them, which we all know as an educator, it doesn't fit one shoes all, to all, but it has to be a bit customized. And I think AI does give student that thing. Their pace, their learning style, their prior knowledge, and then offering some adjustment how they learn. So student autonomy is first point. I think it's very important, which AI actually giving them. The second thing, which I think as the human educator, which we lacks, and I think which is beyond our capacity, is instant feedback. Okay, with AI, they can get instant feedback. If they have answered something, AI will tell you in second, this is right or this is wrong, which I think which is beyond. So I think as an educator, we probably can adopt, and accept that, yeah, that's fine, that's okay. But probably we need to come in and, correct something based on the experiences. And as you rightly mentioned, Dr. Shariq, is the availability 24/7. Unlike human teachers, AI tutors are always accessible, allowing students to learn anytime, anywhere, whatever they want. And then it also gives them multimodal learning, which is they can learn through. I mean, we as a educator either put PowerPoint slides, or we probably use some video recording or something. But AI can give them the same concept to learn by different methods, through text, through videos, simulation, interactive exercises, or other modes, which we have a limited time and resources to do all of those. The last point I will end this with is like, of course, we know GenAI work best when it is complemented by human educators, especially where AI can't support, which is emotional support, ethical guidance, as Sunil sir mentioned, and complex discussion, which AI can't do it because I think it will take some time to get trained on that.
Yes, yes. I think you rightly mentioned that. So there's a lot of talk about hyper personalization that is there. So on one hand, you have this benefits of personalization in terms of teaching. The other is more of a taking it to an extreme end of hyper personalization, where there are a lot of research that suggests that student still would prefer to interact with a chatbot along with a faculty member that he or she personally knows, something that she can connect to. I mean, we also personally have this experience when we interact with some of these company chatbots that you want to talk to a human person. We don't want to talk to a machine. We are a
Yeah,
human species,
absolutely.
so that human component is there. So augmenting that along with the technology, I think, is the right way to do that. Dr. Misbah Hassan, I mean, Dr. Kutte talked about critical thinkings and his concerns around that. So how as educators do we need to balance with this AI-driven learning and at the same time developing this critical thinking skills, because that is where they are in the universities and classroom. We are there to develop this thing, because if they don't develop it there, they will not develop it later on, and then that would be a great disservice to them when they go into their real lives, where actually some of these skills will be very important for them. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a very important question. To be frank, I'll be a little biased with biology here because I am a teacher of biology and I need to quote some examples. But I'm very fond of what Eric Mazel said. Teaching should be done outside the classroom and learning should be done inside the classroom. What happens is I give two very distinct examples of medicines, and I am sure most of the people here who have joined, they must be knowing about Augmentin, and another is the proton pump inhibitor, that is omeprazole. So Omes and Augmentin are very commonly used, and Augmentin is provided as a dry syrup suspension. So if you are purchasing a bottle for a pediatric use, for a child use, it is given as a suspension. Now, I ask my students, why? And if anybody answers stability, I said, this even the patient knows. This answer, even the patient knows. What do you think is the real reason behind it? Again, if you do a Google search, they might be able to find an answer. But a very interesting part about the omeprazole is that it is enteric coated, although it is acting by the activation of acid. Enteric coating is something which is preventing the drug to be dissolved in the stomach. It is only dissolved in the intestine for those people who are not from the biology background. And very interesting, if you just Google it, why, it will say because the gastric acid destroys it. Whereas this is not at all the correct answer. So if you see, AI has both its benefits and its drawbacks. So although it may be able to provide an answer, most of the time, it is going to provide a wrong answer a few times. We need to have that critical thinking being incorporated into our teaching methodologies. We need that our students be able to ask themselves the questions and ask the educators these questions. Because if they do not get the right answers, I'm sure that what, as you said, as Professor Sharik said, that perhaps they will continue to think over this throughout their life, right? That's my point.
Great. I think you really brought out the point that we really do need to train our students into critical thinking. We need to make them understand that some of these tools can hallucinate. You might not get the right answer. So that critical evaluation of what they get from these systems has to be built into them, or else they will just take it at the face value, and that might be right, that might not be right. So you're correctly there. So I think, as you mentioned, to summarize, we need to continue to build upon our students where they are trained into their learning models, they're thinking models rather. So whatever technology, whatever information that comes to them, they need to how to sort it out. They need to understand what is proper and what is not, because I think that's a skill that's going to be vital for them in their real life. Dr. Aida, I mean, you've been doing a lot of experimentation at your institutions. So, what are some of the innovative ways that which you think that teachers can integrate Gen AI into something like lesson planning, board delivery, and also in assessment? What's your thoughts on that and your experience?
Definitely, AI is powerful tool for lesson planning and assessment that we could use, but carefully and responsibly. Because when we use AI, for example, it saves a lot of time to make our work more efficient, actually. But the amount of time that we save actually should be diverted to support the students' learning, which AI cannot do. For example, supporting learning with empathy, and also understanding the complexity of our student, which AI cannot do because they don't have access face-to-face to our student. For example, we can also use AI to get ideas, develop lesson planning. AI could suggest, but we definitely need to check, to adapt, and also to contextualize. Because I think everyone know that there is a bias in AI output as well, including the cultural bias, which could not be suitable for our context, for example. So when we use AI, we have to learn how to perform judgment, evaluative judgment, so that it's suitable and also effective in our context. I use AI actually, for example, to get ideas to develop lesson planning, design with question, and also project-based and problem-based question. But we also have to put in mind that when we use AI, students, we also have the same access of information. So we need to think one step ahead when we use AI. And another thing which I find is quite helpful, to turn AI into a learning tool for students. For example, by asking students to evaluate the AI output related to the topic. Because since we know students use AI anyway, but guiding them to think critically about the output can be an engaging class activity. And also with proper planning, this could be also used as an assessment tool as well. Because we cannot stop them using AI, but how to use AI responsibly and using the human cognitive thinking. And whatever we do, from my point of view, whatever we do in lesson planning or assessment using AI, I believe that it must be within the institutional policies and framework to ensure that we use it ethically and responsibly.
Great. I fully agree with you. So moving on to the discussion, what we'll do, we're looking at the time check here. We have another 15 or 20 minutes or so. What I would think is we can post some key questions that are coming out of this discussion, and we can, four of you and one of you can volunteer, or we can move that conversation as we speak around. So one of the questions that has been dominating with this whole incorporation of AI has been, the concern about student plagiarism and student, copying their assignments and stuff like that. So other day I was speaking to Dr. Rao. Dr. Rao heads the Center for Advanced AI into Teaching and Learning at University of Wisconsin-Madison. He said that these are some of the concerns that we have, and that it has been a challenge. How do we need to address that? So my question is, in this age of AI, our methods of student assessment and evaluation of their outcomes will have to radically change, and how do we prepare for that, and how do we change? What are your thoughts on that? I mean, it's an open question. Anyone?
Yeah, I think till now, our traditional conventional method of assessment was by and large focused on the test, high-end examination, high-stake examination, or through assignments, or through teachers' observation. But now the mode is also changing, and in new mode, I believe we can use AI very effectively during the assessment, from taking encashing its advantages, other AI can be very effectively used in judging what is the student engagement here, real time engagement. Even AI can be very effectively used in monitoring their progress, student progress. When the large group of students is there, and then to go for AI help for maintaining their progress is very important. The feedback and response which AI provides, I believe at personal level, there are some limitations to provide the feedback to each and every student about their performance, their academic progress, and all those. So, if we can take the help of AI for providing the very nice feedback based on the rubrics and all, so individual performance can be tracked very nicely, effectively with these AI tools. But as Professor Sadiq Sayed said, that validation is very important and the relevance of AI authenticity is very important, because many times we realize that AI works on the basis of the data collection, and if data is not relevant, if large data is assessed, and if it is not relevant, then validation may go wrong. So the authenticity can be challenged. So this, considering all those limitations, if we could take it positively from engagement point of view, progress point of view, feedback point of view, the use of AI, I think there is a need of a balance judgment of this between the quantitative progress and qualitative growth of the student. I believe that balance, if we take the help of AI in learning outcomes and their assessment, that will be more helpful in judging the students in the context of AI.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
And Dr. Sharik, I also
yes.
think when it comes to the assessment, and if we are looking at some of the professional courses, including, pharmacy, engineering, medicine, and others, which are professional courses, and I think the future, what we want to assess, which probably not 100% in the current curriculum and system, is competency-based or skill-based assessments. So we are not literally looking at, I mean, of course, knowledge is one of the important part, but the second is skill. And I think in a lot of developed world, you will find OSCEs and, literally simulated patients with which the candidates interact in medical and pharmacy and dentistry and medicine. That's competency. And it's a yes and no. If you satisfy or you don't satisfy. There is no passing or borderline. It has to be satisfactory or not satisfactory. So I think the competency-based exam is probably the way forward, especially for professional courses. And I think if we look at non-professional courses, we probably need to go back the old system where we had a lot of Viva Voce examination, and that could actually help to really check on the knowledge what we want from the candidates when they are in the field, when they are providing a service, or when they are into the profession. That's what they're going to really do. The patient not going to ask them on the chatbot and answer on the chatbot. So I think those human interaction, the Viva Voce, the competency-based and skill-based, that probably a way by which I think, educator really improve what, and overcome the problem of Gen AI, where assignments can be easily, I mean, still we do have a lot of plagiarism checker, but they are not 100% foolproof.
Absolutely. So, I mean, so that concern is very heavy these days, because, the assignments can be copywritten by these chatbots, and the AI detectors are not foolproof, where you can actually detect whether the student has written that or not. The technology does not have a very direct answer to that. So there has to be some component, as you and Dr. Kute mentioned, of in-person interaction, where we actually see the person and the student assessment in a very direct manner, where we see, okay, this is actually that he's learned, and the competencies, as you mentioned, are clearly evaluated. Dr. Misbah, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, so do we need to do a real, restructuring of how we assess our students, and especially since you been at a IQAC level, you see you have multiple streams at your campus. You have medicine, you have arts, and you have a whole range of things. What is the thought prevailing out there? I mean, when you look at the future.
Yes, I totally agree with Professor Farooq Sheikh when he said that it has to be competency driven, it has to be skill based. Because as an IQAC person, I do believe we need to somehow provide outcome based education. And how do you actually assess outcome? You assess outcome not just based on how you teach, but what are the higher order thinking level things, lower order skills, higher order thinking skills that the student can actually get from what we teach, how we assess. It's teaching, it cannot be the only measure of how we expect outcome from our students. It definitely has got to do with a lot with competency and our assessment tools, how we actually design them and how do we approach. I'm really very impressed by how MOOCs is being run by several platforms, like what edX does, right? So it has been wonderfully doing that assessment part, and I am sure that although they do not do any kind of offline classes or anything, but they are being able to impart good kind of education, at least in some of the courses that I have been able to experience.
Yes, yes. So interestingly, Dr. Samir Sahasrabudhe was there at our day one conference as one of the keynote speaker, and he's an award-winning edX creator. He comes from IIT Gandhinagar. So he talked some of these learnings in this context of GI, where how long the video has to be and how real the assessments has to be, and in-person interaction once a week kind of thing. So he really brought some insights that you are referring to in MOOC. So well, I agree with you. I think the whole evaluation model of how we assess the outcomes in terms of whether the true learning is happening, yes or no, cannot be just restricted to sending off assignments, but rather more of an understanding of student interaction, a more dynamic way of how we assess students. As Dr. Farooq mentioned, interacting with them in person, learning to know them, and having in-classroom workshops and projects where they are given something there itself. It's a time-bound thing, and then they present it there. So that those are something that can be done. So I think there's a lot of work that is cut out for all of us in terms of doing it. So when we talk about a lot of these changes, there's this whole discussion about how do we need to do an upskilling of our teachers? What are the areas that our teachers should be developing, and what kind of teacher programs do we need to design at our institutions, both centrally at a university and pan country level, national level, where we have AI-driven policies, and as rather at our institution level also. So, Dr. Sunil Kutte, on some of your thoughts on that. You've been heading some of these initiatives at your institutions. You've been pioneering in quality management and accreditation. How do we help our young teachers develop into this new role where they are able to use these tools appropriately for learning of students?
Yeah, I think the new generation teachers, as we are seeing new gen students, new gen teachers are also blessed with this tool, because there are the hundreds of the AI tools which are now in market. Let it be for preparing the learning outcomes, let it be for preparing our good PowerPoint presentations, for setting our assignments and all. So the very first step our new gen teachers, they should take that they should undergo through upskilling themselves, updating their knowledge and learning these new AI tools very effectively. Because let it be assessment, let it be classroom preparation, let it be preparing even for that our classroom PPTs, and setting the question papers and say assessing rubrics and using rubrics effectively. All these AI tools will be definitely helping new gen teachers very effectively, and that should not be considered as a burden. Rather, it is a good opportunity to learn new things. If we believe in the saying that a teacher is a lifelong learner, and what our PO program outcome also emphasizes on that. So we should be a lifelong learner, and if we take it positively from that point of view, there's a good scope for updating our teachers. For that, number one. Number two, our students, they should also feel that our teachers are not outdated. And if we make our relevance in teaching learning process, then we should be 2 steps ahead, one level, 2 levels ahead, up in the elevated position than the students. Then I think this is a very nice opportunity. And one more very important thing that I believe that all our teachers, if they use this very positively, they will make a sense of the early existence of teachers in the classrooms. Or else a student may ask, why not chatbots? Why teachers? So this AI provides a good scope for updating our skill, upskilling ourselves. Was I audible?
Yeah, no, you were unmuted for just 2-3 seconds. You get, yeah, we heard.
Yeah. So this opportunity should be encashed, and I believe that new teaching learning environment in AI domain will definitely demand students and teachers both updated with this technology. So I believe that there is a good scope for teachers, and with all these NBA and NAC and all those things, they are demanding the COPO attainment and all those things, where AI can help our teachers as an assistant. And that will be again that time which we will be saving with the AI can be used for this new personal touch to the students with the help of AI. So I believe this is a good opportunity for teachers as well as students to develop new AI domain in the classroom.
Absolutely. Fully agree with you. So I think what you rightly mentioned is that as teachers, we really have to adopt to these new technologies. We need to, we need to, as they say, extreme upskilling of getting familiar with these new tools, what they can do, what they cannot do, and how, which is the, at what instance they need to be used. So understanding of the tools, their strengths where they can be used, and appropriately as a teacher incorporating into our teaching and learning component. I think that is something that we will have to rapidly evolve and learn into it. So I think we are coming to a close in here. I think so we're almost 4 o'clock. We're running just a little bit over time. I think one just last 30 seconds that I would ask to all these panelists. I just had a fantastic time, hearing from all of you. If you had to give one piece of advice to teachers or policymakers about embracing Gen AI, that would be? Can we have 1 or 2 liners from all of you quickly so that becomes a proper closure of this discussion? Yes, Dr. Misbah, you can start with you.
Yeah, as far as you said about both educators and policymakers, yes, educators, as has been already pointed out by all panelists, they need to be very smart related to technology. There's no question about that. As far as institutes are concerned, obviously the infrastructure should be in place so that they can actually use this, adopt to those. As far as policymakers are concerned, I suppose if I talk about South Asia or maybe even Africa, we just spend around 5% on our GDP on education. There we need to radically change because you need to provide education to all. And when you talk about education to all, we need to also go deep into our rural surroundings, see that this kind of technology can also be transmitted there. They can also be beneficiaries of such kind of new technologies and new pedagogies. So as far as MOOCs are concerned, we need to have those kind of things where everybody, whoever is well equipped with that kind of technology, with that kind of skills, should be able to translate and transmit those to various people around the country. That's right.
Great. I fully agree with you. I think we need to make sure as policymakers that there is no digital inequality and people have democratic access to some of these tools. Aida, what's your thoughts on that? 1 or 2 liners.
If I to give I'm not in the position of giving advice, but probably maybe I just share a quote by Aristotle saying that educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. I think this is a very important quote that we as a lecturers and also policymakers to put into perspective that technology can shape and enhance how we teach and deliver knowledge, but human touch is still needed to nurture characters, values, and humanity.
Absolutely, absolutely, fully agree with you. Yes, Dr. Kute, your 2 lines on that.
Yeah, I would say that this new AI technology is something like Alauddin's Chirag. We have to use it very wisely as a complement to our teaching without replacing the teachers in the classroom. If we can use this Chirag very wisely as a complement, I believe we will be able to create a good human being with an ethical understanding using AI technology.
Dr. Farooq, how do we use this Aladdin that has come out of this, our space?
Yeah, I think that the Chirag needs to be well taken care of. Make sure even if you're putting in your pocket mistakenly, it doesn't get dropped and then jinn appears and there's something you don't want, you still get that. So I think using that wisely is something. And I think we were as an educator, we were in a dilemma when AI came out. And we were like, no, student, you can't use it. You can't use that. You can do that. And they say, oh, we can allow you to do this one in there and that. But I think we all realize this is going to stay and gonna evolve. And I think if we do not go a step forward than what students are going, then will be lost. So I think we have to be on the forefront, adopt, embrace, and be proactive, and have to have a forward thinking on that.
Perfectly fine, perfectly. So I think we've all summarized it very nicely. This is the Aladdin's Chirag. It has to be used sensibly. It has to be used in a responsible manner. So we as guardians of knowledge here in terms of our classrooms, we use them in an appropriate manner. Gentlemen, ladies, and has been a very fantastic discussion with all of you. And I'm sure the 90+ participants who are there at this forum have surely been very enlightened by the thoughts. And definitely there are a lot of take-home messages that are coming here from this conversation. I truly appreciate from the bottom of my heart for spending a valuable an hour with us and sharing your valuable expertise. Dr. Sunil Kute, thank you so much. It's always been a pleasure to having you host, and you bring decades of experience in the classroom, and I personally know it firsthand and how your involvement is there. Dr. Misbah Hasan, thank you so much, sir. It is really hearing someone from you has just been a pure pleasure. Dr. Farooq, same thoughts for you as well. Dr. Farooq has been a phenomenal mentor to all of us. He's been there for us for the entire conference, and he has been shaping all of these discussions. Thank you so much once again. And Aida, once again, thank you so much for bringing a unique perspective from you as well. So I think all of us will agree to that it's a important technology that is coming to us. It's a tsunami wave that is coming to us. If we need to survive, growth, and enrich from these, we need to adopt these technologies, make sure what is the strength and what is the flaws in it, and make sure that we take this to our students in a very responsible manner so that they become ready for the future that is going to be more automated and more advanced in terms of cognition. So
on behalf
of
all participants and all resource persons, I would like to thank you, Dr. Shariq, for coordinating this session. Wonderfully great and summarizing all the things in just a fraction of seconds. You could just summarize all the thoughts in proper way. It's something like a great thing. I thank you on behalf of everybody.
Truly appreciate it. It means a lot that coming from you. So I think in the interest of time, I will give it over back to Professor Reshma Urinkar for the next proceedings as we come to the close of this session. Thank you so much once again. Over to you, Professor Reshma.
Thank you, Dr. Shariq, sir. Heartfelt thanks to all our panelists for such a dynamic and insightful discussion. Your contribution has truly added a depth to this theme and left us with much more to reflect on. We are pleased to present certificates of appreciation to all our panelists and our moderators in recognition of their valuable contribution to this session. So we would like to present Certificate of Appreciation to Dr. Muhammad Farooq Sheikh for serving as a valued member of panel discussion at Second International Conference ICITL 2.0. Thank you, sir, for your valuable contribution. Certificate of Appreciation to Dr. Misbahul Hassan for serving as a valued member of panel discussion at Second International Conference of ICITL 2.0. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Thank you. And a certificate of appreciation to Dr. Sunil Kute, sir, for serving as a valuable member of panel discussion, Second International Conference of ICITL 2.0. Thank you, sir, for being with us and giving your valuable remarks. Moving
I
forward.
could see existence of Mr. Burhan Harris here. I duly acknowledge his enthusiastic participation here, even at this age, which is really a motivating thing for all of us.
Our Executive Chairman, sir, Mr. Burhan Harris, sir, has joined, sir. Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I would like to present the certificate of appreciation to Dr. Ida Khalek for serving as a valued member of panel discussion at Second International Conference ICITL 2.0. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us. And certificate of appreciation to Dr. Sharik Sayed for serving as a session moderator of panel discussion at Second International Conference of Innovative Teaching and Exuberant Learning, ICITL 2.0. Congratulations to each of you and thank you once again. Moving forward with the next session of valedictory, which will reflect on the journey of this conference, share closing remarks, and celebrate the collective efforts of everyone involved. We look forward for your presence. Thanking you all once again for your active participation, thoughtful engagement, and continued support. Let's stay connected and keep the spirit of learning alive. Thank you to one and all. I request for the proceedings to be taken off by Rohan sir.
Thank you, Professor Reshma. Good afternoon, good evening to all the participants and the dignitaries on this Zoom meeting. Here we have come for the valedictory and the Best Paper Award ceremony for advancing pedagogy through innovation, ICITL 2.0, that is the second international conference on innovative teaching and exuberant learning that has been organized by CTEL and IQSE of Anjuman Islam Skalsekar Technical Campus, New Panvel, Navi Mumbai, along with collaboration with School of Dentistry and Medical Sciences, Charles Sturt University, Australia, and Universitas Muhammadiyah, Sumatera Utara, Indonesia. So for this valedictory function, we are being presided by Dr. Zahir I. Kazi, who is a Padma Awardee 2024 and also the president of Anjuman Islam's Mumbai, India. The chief guest for this event is Dr. K.K. Sangle, who is the Dean of Academic Programs and Registrar at Vijay TI, Matunga, India. Guest of honor for this session is Dr. Siti Masalina Siregar, who is the Dean and Faculty Medicine and Health Sciences at UMSU, Indonesia. And of course, our mentor, Mr. Burhan Harris, Honorable Executive Chairman, BINM, Anjuman Islam. Now, it is my pleasure to give you the highlights of this conference. So on day one, that is 18th September at 10 a.m., we started with the inaugural function, which was presided by Dr. Zahir I. Kazi, Padma Awardee 2024 and President of Anjuman Islam, Mumbai. And our chief guest for the inaugural program was Dr. Louis Pemberton, who is an acting sub-dean learning and teaching and associate head learning and teaching at School of Dentistry and Medical Sciences at Charles Sturt University. And our mentor, Mr. Burhan Harris, Honorable Executive Chairman, BINM AI, was also available for that session. Now, after the inaugural program, we started with the keynote sessions of day one, which was very efficiently session by the session chair, Dr. Greg Menard, Faculty, School of Dentistry and Medical Science, CSU, Australia. Our first keynote session was delivered by Dr. Samir Sahasrabuddhe, Professor of Practice and Design at IIT Gandhinagar, India, and he spoke on reimagining MOOCs, pedagogical strategies for learner-centered active learning, which was followed by the keynote session 2, which was delivered by Dr. Deepak Mishra, who is a professor at Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram, India. And he enlightened us on generative AI in teaching and learning, practical application. After the lunch session, we had oral presentation happening parallelly in two tracks. The first track was innovative learning models and student engagement, and the judges for that were Dr. Sunaina Kardle, who is an in-charge principal at Srimati Surajba College of Education, Mumbai, India, and Dr. Hemma Yulfi, who is a faculty of Universitas Sumatera Utara from Indonesia. So parallelly, there was a track 2 of presentation which went on, and the track for that and the theme for that was pedagogical innovations and interdisciplinary approaches. So the first judge for that was Dr. Asma Sheikh, who is a principal of Anjuman Islam's Akbar Pirbhai College of Education, Vashi, Navi Mumbai, India. And the second judge for that was Dr. Shahid Karim Mohammed Khalid, who was an associate professor at King Abdulaziz University, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. For both of the tracks, we had received 12 paper each. Now, moving on to the morning session of day 2, the keynote sessions were chaired by Dr. Rati Yulistika Utami, who is a secretary at Undergraduate Program of Faculty of Medicine at UNSU, Indonesia. And our first keynote session for the day was delivered by Dr. Tahir Ansari, who is an associate professor at University of Nottingham, Malaysia, and he enlightened us on reimagining outcome-based education, enhancing critical thinking, lifelong learning, and scientific inquiry skills in Gen Z learners. It was followed by the second keynote session where Dr. Diantha Soemantri, who is a professor of Medical Education, Department of Medical Education, Faculty of Medicine at Universitas Indonesia, she gave us a talk on breaking boundaries, transforming healthcare through interprofessional education and collaborative practice. Now, the post-lunch sessions ran parallelly in two tracks of oral presentation. The first one being learner-centered strategies and holistic education, the judges for which were Dr. Nakhat Nasreen, who is a professor in education in the Department of Education at Aligarh Muslim University, India. And the second judge was Dr. Mohammad Asif Gandhi, who is an associate professor at Kalsika Technical Campus, India. And for this track, we had 14 papers. Now, track 2 had 15 papers, and the theme was AI technology and emerging paradigms in education. And the judges for the same was Dr. Arshad Salema, who is an associate professor at School of Engineering, Monash University, Malaysia. And the second judge was Dr. Tabassum M. Maktoum, who is an HOD of Data Science Department at Kalsika Technical Campus, India. For day 3, that is today, the morning session was chaired by Dr. Salim G. Sheikh, who is the HOD of Department of AI/ML at Kalsika Technical Campus, New Panvel, India. And the first keynote session today was delivered by Dr. Go Vivi, who is an associate professor at School of Computer Science, Faculty of Innovation and Technology at Taylor's University, Malaysia. And she gave a fantastic talk on rethinking pedagogy with emerging technologies, which was followed by the final keynote session of our conference, the topic of which was Education 4.0, personalizing learning through digital pedagogy and emerging technologies, which was presented by Professor Mohammad Sabbir Hossain, who is an assistant professor of education at the School of Education of Bangladesh Open University. And of course, I think all of us just witnessed the panel discussion that happened before this session. The topic of the panel discussion was from chalkboards to chatbots, how Gen AI is reshaping classroom. The session moderator was Dr. Sadiq Sayed, Dean School of Pharmacy at AIKTC, and the panelists were Dr. Mohammad Farooq Sheikh, Dr. Syed Misbaul Hassan, Dr. Sunil Kute, and Dr. Ida Khalid. So that brings me back to the program that we are hosting now, that is the valedictory and best paper award ceremony. And now it is my pleasure to welcome the conference chair, Dr. Ramzan Khattek, who is the director of Anjuman Islam Kasikat Technical Campus, to please present the conference deliberation. Over
Thank
to
you,
you, sir.
Dr. Rohan Das Gupta. A very good evening to one and all. Honorable President of Anjuman Islam, Padma Shri Dr. Zahir Kazi Sahab, all the office bearers of Anjuman Islam, and Mr. Burhan Haris sir, Honorable Executive Chairman, Board for Institution in Navi Mumbai. Today's chief guest, Dr. K.K. Sangle sir, Dean Academics, VJTI, Mumbai. Guest of honor, Dr. C.T., Dean Faculty of Medicine and Health Science, UMSU, Indonesia. All the deans of all the schools under AIKTC, heads of department, faculties, and all the participants. It is my privilege and proud to welcome you all to the valedictory and best paper award ceremony in International Conference on Innovative Teaching and Exuberant Learning, that is ICTEL 2.0. Over the past 3 days, we have shared ideas, research, and experiences that truly reflect the spirit of innovation and collaboration. This conference is unique as 3 institutions from Australia, Indonesia, and India came together to make this conference possible, showing that knowledge has no boundaries. We received more than 100 papers, of which 51 were presented with participation from 6 different countries and 35 institutions. The enthusiasm of 163 participants made this event a great success. Today's Best Paper Award will recognize some of the best contributors, but every participant added the value to this journey. I sincerely thank to our management, convener, advisory board, keynote speaker, judges, panelists, and all the participants from their support. As we conclude, I congratulate everyone here and hope we continue this spirit of collaboration, innovation, and learning in our classrooms and communities. Thank you and welcome once again to the valedictory function. Over to you, Dr. Rohan Das Gupta. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite our conference co-chair, Dr. Rajendra Magar, Dean School of Engineering and Technology at AIKTC, to kindly introduce today's chief guest.
Dr. Rohan, I am just traveling, maybe a network problem. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
It is really indeed an honor and a privilege to introduce today's esteemed chief guest, Dr. Keshav Sangle, who is currently serving as a Dean of Academic Programs and a Registrar at the prestigious Institute VJTI, Mumbai. In addition to his administrative responsibility, he is also served as a professor in the Civil Structural Engineering Department at VJTI. Dr. Sangle earned his PhD from IIT Mumbai, IIT Bombay in 2010, and since then, he has made significant contribution to the field of civil and structural engineering. His dedication to teaching and research has earned him numerous accolades, including the prestigious National Teacher Award in year 2023, presented by Honorable President of India. He is actively involved in various expert committees and professional bodies. He is a member of Maharashtra State Heritage Committee, appointed by Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai, and serve as an academic expert on an expert review panel for code compliance in high-rise buildings. Furthermore, he is an expert member of the Committee of Development of CIDCO Construction Building, as well as Development Plan of NMMC 2036. At the national level, Dr. Sangle has made a significant impact as the chairperson of the AICT committee responsible for framing the civil engineering curriculum in alignment with the National Education Policy 2020. His academic mentorship is equally impressive. under his able guidance, 13 PhD scholars have successfully completed their doctoral research, and more than 92 postgraduate students have defended their dissertation. He has over 80 research publications to his credit, published in reputed national and international journals and conferences. Dr. Sangle is widely respected not only in his scholarly achievement but also for his visionary leadership and commitment to the excellence in education. His remarkable contribution continue to inspire students, researchers, and fellow academicians alike. We are truly honored to have Dr. Sangle as a chief guest for today's event. Over to you, Dr. Rohan. Thank you very much.
May I now invite today's chief guest, Dr. K.K. Sangle, to please give his remarks on this conference. Dr. Sangle, I think there is some issue regarding the sound audio at your end. We are not able to hear you. We are getting a very distorted voice.
Hello. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, it's better now.
Rohan, sir is disconnected or what?
I think sir is disconnected. I couldn't find his name in the participants, I think.
Okay, I will call him.
Yeah. Dear participants, we are going to wait for a minute or two for our chief guest to join back. Thank you for your patience.
Dr. Rohan,
Yes,
I
sir.
think he's facing some technical problem.
Sure.
He's telling, can you give me 2 seconds, couple of seconds? Otherwise, guest of honor we can introduce, I think.
Yeah, I think we will go ahead with the guest of honor and then later on we'll come
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Better.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, now may I invite our advisory committee member, Dr. Rati Udistika Utami, to kindly introduce today's guest of honor.
Thank you, Dr. Rohan. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for the Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Indonesia, to collaborate with Charles Sturt University Australia and Anjuman Islam University Technical Campus India on this inspiring conference. It is also my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Siti Masliana Siregar, who has been serving as the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Utara. As an ENT specialist and rhinology consultant, she has been actively engaged in pedagogical activities, conducting workshops, and research. Her contribution to education continued in her role as a vice chairman of the Association of Indonesian Medical School. She will now give her remarks as an expression of appreciation for remarkable success in this event. Dr. Siti, It's over to you.
Dr. Rohan, I think
Just 1 minute.
Dr. Keshav
Are you
Sangle
able
is
to
also
hear me?
joined.
Yeah. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yeah. Now I think
Okay.
yes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ratih. First of all, thank you. Today I enjoy this conference. My Honorable, the President of Anjuman Islam Campus, and our chief guest today, and also our mentor, and respected dignitaries, distinguished colleges, dear students, and participants. Of course, it is my great pleasure to be part of this valedictory and best paper award ceremony of ICTEL 2.0. And over the last 3 days, we have seen an exceptional demonstration of the power of collaboration, innovation, and knowledge sharing also. One of the defining strengths of this conference has been its international collaboration. The partnership between Charles Sturt University Australia and also Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Utara Indonesia and Anjuman Islam Kalsekar Technical Campus in Mumbai, India has created a truly global platform. And together, these institutions represent about 3 countries, 3 cultures, and 3 educational contexts. So yet they have come together under one vision to reimagine teaching and foster exuberant learning. The spirit of collaboration must continue beyond the conference through joint research, faculty exchange, student engagement that connect classrooms across borders. This event has also highlighted how the landscape of education is changing. Innovative pedagogy and outcome-based learning, the integration of generative AI are no longer optional. They are essential for preparing learners for the future. As we embrace these transformations, we must also remember that teachers are the cornerstone of the progress also. Training, empowering, and supporting them to use modern tools effectively will be the key to ensuring meaningful of the impact. To those who will be receiving the Best Paper Awards, I extend my warmest congratulations also. Your contributions represent not only academic excellence, but also the courage to think differently. To all the presenters and participants and also the panelists, I applaud your efforts. Each of you has helped make ICTEL 2.0 a forum of genuine learning and exchange. As we close, let us remember that the end of this conference is not the end of our journey. It is the beginning of deeper collaborations, new experiments in pedagogy, and stronger network of educators across the world. And of course, together, let us continue to explore, innovative, and inspire. And also, thank you for all, and my best wishes to each one of you for your future endeavors. Thank you, and back to Dr. Ratih.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your remarks. They are very encouraging. I think Keshav sir has joined back, so I think we will go back to, having the remarks from our chief guest, that is Dr. K.K. Sangle sir. Sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Professor. So when I should declare the name of the best teacher, after my talk or before that?
That's later on.
That's later. Okay. So good evening to all, honorable guests, respected organizers, dear teachers and participants. It is a great honor for me to be the part of this gathering today. As you are concluding 3 wonderful days of learning, sharing and innovation at the second international conference on innovative teaching and learning. During these 3 days, you might have gone through the valuable ideas. Teachers, researchers, and professionals from all corners of the world shared their thoughts on teaching methods, use of technology, outcome-based education, teamwork, across disciplines, and the powerful role of generative AI. Every keynote sessions and paper presentation might have added something new, making this conference a true celebration of the knowledge. Today's highlights, that is the Best Paper Awards, remind us that research is the foundation of progress in education. I warmly congratulate, I will declare the name and I will congratulate the winners afterward. These people have taken free pains, hard work, taken a very hard work, and they developed or presented creative ideas. Therefore, they are getting a Best Teacher Awards. Their efforts will inspire many others. I also appreciate every participant who presented their work, whether you received an award or not. Your contribution has added great value to this conference. As you end this event, let us carry forward the spirit of ICTL. Let us stay curious, keep trying new methods, and never lose the patience of teaching and learning. The real success of this conference will be seen when we apply these discussions in our classrooms, labs, and communities when you join your college bank. I sincerely thank management, Honorable Executive Chairman, Director of this campus, Dr. Khatik, and Principal of Engineering and Technology, and my best friend, Dr. Magar, for inviting me as a chief guest for this wonderful event. I also congratulate organizers of this conference. I extend my best wishes to all educators and learners. May the ideas we shared here grow into practicals that will improve education of generation to come. Thank you once again to everyone. Please let me know what is the next steps.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for your words of motivation. And right now, I would like to call upon a very important member of our advisory board, a very active member of our advisory board, Dr. Mohammad Farooq Sheikh, who is the head of Discipline of Pharmacy, School of Dentistry and Medical Science, Charles Sturt University, Australia, to kindly share his remarks on this conference.
Thanks, Dr. Rohan, and thanks for the opportunity. So good evening again to all the distinguished guests, chief guests, esteemed speakers, delegates, all the educators and friends. As we are closer to the drawing the curtains of ICTL 2.0, on behalf of Charles Sturt University and the member of the advisory committee, it is immense pride and gratitude to speak in this valedictory function. And what we have witnessed in last few days is a vibrant exchange of ideas, groundbreaking research, and inspiring collaboration, which we can really see on this screen as well. And we could really say that ICTL 2.0 has truly lived up to its vision, bringing together the minds across the globe, illuminating the future of innovation, communication, and technology-enhanced learning. And, a heartfelt thanks to the organizing committee, volunteers, technical teams who has made so much of effort, and especially participants staying for, an online conference over the 3 days. It's really, so I think we need to congratulate to each and every participant who actually participated and contributed to this conference. Without that, it couldn't be a big success. Lastly, as we part ways, and let us carry forward the spirit of ICTL 2.0, a commitment to excellence, a passion for learning, and believe in power of collaboration, and which we have really witnessed in last 3 days. And may this connection forge her, into future partnership and innovation. And in the end, on the behalf of, again, the Charles Sturt University as well as the advisory committee, I hope you are going back with an improved knowledge of pedagogies as well as role of Gen I. And this conference actually helped you to become a better educator. And then, we all embrace and apply this GNI in our teaching and learning. Thank you so much for your contribution, and looking forward to you guys in ICTL 3.0. Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward to ICTL 3.0. That's right. Okay, before we move on to that, first of all, a very big thank you to you, sir, for your, contribution to this conference, starting from the starting till today. And I think another important aspect of this conference that cannot be ignored is the participants. First of all, I thank all the participants for their active participation. I mean, even at the lowest of the lowest attendance was around 60 to 70 each day, and sometimes going beyond 3 digits. So that was great to have. Now I would ask some of the participants if they can briefly share their feedback on this conference. Feel free to either raise your hand or you can unmute yourself and you can just share your brief feedback of this conference with us. Looking forward to some raised hands or unmuting of the mics from the participants for the feedback.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes,
My
Bindi.
name is Bindi Desai, and I
Yeah.
was one of the presenters, and it has been a wonderful experience. I got to learn a lot from this conference. Uh, I don't know, I mean, my paper, how it went and how it didn't, but I have a lot of take backs. So I'm grateful to each and every one for organizing this and for the wonderful feedback that is given to us by the experts. So thank you, everyone, so very much.
Bindi, before you go back, I mean, what was one of the main take backs for you, if you can share with us?
Sir, basically what I learned is I learned about a lot of AI platforms, which even I didn't know of. Because, in class, the students are better than us in this aspect. They tend to guide us more than we can tell them. So I came to know of a lot more platforms for AI. I also realized that, yes, they tend to use AI for everything, but somewhere AI cannot always be used. Somewhere that needs to be regulated. And unfortunately, though I would love to prepare a framework policy and make a suggestion to NEP India, I wasn't sure how to go about it. This conference gave me a lot of motivation to do that. I don't know whether it will be accepted or no, but yes, I would definitely work on the framework and forward it to NEP. And with keeping my fingers crossed that they allow me to, they accept it or at least they consider it.
That is absolutely great. I mean that's kind of speaks about the success that you are taking back something from this conference that you're going to use. That's great, Bindi. OP09, you have typed something in the chat box. If you can just unmute yourself and share with us, that would be great. Sorry, I don't know your name. Your name here is coming as OP09.
Hello, very good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, it has been renamed because of the presentation. It was priorly Komal Doshi. So myself, Dr. Komal Doshi from School of Physiotherapy, RK University, Rajkot. This entire conference was very well organized. Like I have not seen some online conferences being organized in such a good manner. Like all the sessions were also very good, and some takeaways. My today's favorite session was from Dr. Gove Voy, and she has been given the rethinking pedagogies actually, which I've learned a lot, in which I have never imagined that we can use VR or in the form of AR for education also. In our college or in our institute, we are already using some online platforms. We are also using AI, but some of the things which I have never learned or I have never seen in the students being implicated. So that was one of the good part of this conference. Yesterday's sessions were also very interactive, and depending on that, the outcome based education session by Dr. Tahir Ansari sir was also very good. And almost I have learned many new techniques, or I would say many new formulas by which I could implicate it in my students, since I am a PhD scholar at my college. So I need to implement all these techniques on my students also, because obviously the next gen is getting bored. So we need AI as well as the technology into their integration of that field. That's why. Thank you so much for organizing this conference, and it was an amazing experience. I've learned a lot and many takeaways from this conference.
Thank you so much, Komal Desai. Now I know your name, and the fact that you remember so many speakers by their names, that speaks
Yes.
volumes about how interestingly you have, I mean, with how much interest you have listened to their talks.
Actually, my entire topic for the PhD is regarding to the innovative teaching and learning methods. So obviously, this was a great conference for me and to learn great things. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's great to hear. And we are also getting constant feedback from you on WhatsApp as well as from the chat boxes. But however, at this point, I must invite our mentor, our honorable executive chairman of Board of Institutes in Navi Mumbai, Anjuman-e-Islam, Mr. Burhan Aris, to kindly share his remarks on this conference. Over to you, Burhan, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Since there are different time zones in the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. But well, coming back to the topic, it gives me immense pleasure to address International Conference on Innovation, Innovative Teaching and Exuberant Learning, especially when it is as represented with 101 papers, with 51 of which read through. There are 6 countries with 35 institutions, etc., etc. This kind of figure really make you feel proud of what you're doing. Well, over the last 2 days, we have witnessed a rich exchange of ideas, path-breaking perspectives, and meaningful deliberations on how education can be transformed through innovation and enthusiasm in learning. This conference has truly reinforced our belief that teaching must be beyond traditional methods, embracing creativity, technology, and collaboration. While learning is an inspiring, joyful, and lifelong journey, except for those who find learning boring. Well, I really want to thank Dr. Kute for reminding our childhood by reminding Ali Baba Chaliswar and Alauddin ka Chirag. Those stories, every human being in India has been brought up, being told these stories, and enjoying all through the childhood and till today. It's memory beyond borders, kind of thing. Okay. I extend my deepest gratitude to our distinguished chief guests, keynote speakers, delegates, and participants from across the globe, whose valuable contribution have made this even impactful and memorable. I also congratulate the dean, the director of the campus, technical campus, and the head of the departments, deans of the schools, the organizing committee, our faculty team of and me also, and their tireless efforts in ensuring the success of this conference. As we conclude, I urge all of you to carry forward the spirit of innovation and passion into our classrooms, research, and professional lives, so that together we may shape a brighter future and for education and society, and make this world worth living and pleasure. I thank you, and I wish you all the very best in your endeavors. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for participating. Thank you for coming forward to make this this conference really so effective, so rich. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you very much, sir, for your presence, for your constant mentorship, and your inspiration. Thank you very much, sir. So at this point, I think we have reached at the point that most of the participants has been waiting for. So this is the part of the program where we announce the prizes, and may I invite back our conference chair, Dr. Ramzan Khate, to present the awards. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rohan Das Gupta. It's my privilege to announce the Best Paper Award of International Conference on Innovative Teaching and Exuberant Learning The best paper award for track 1 goes to OP11 Sunny Nande. Congratulations. The paper is cross-disciplinary, collaborative learning in progressive XR engineering education and assessment and implementation framework. Congratulations, sir. Next, best paper award track 2 goes to OP14 Janvi J. Patil. Congratulations. Dr. Rohan, sir, you can.
Click.
The paper is Inclusive Intelligence Transforming Teaching and Learning Through AI-Driven Adaptivity.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. Next, best paper award goes for track 3 is OP29 Dr. Atul Meshram. Congratulations, sir. The paper is on
Thank you, sir.
improving performance of slow learners and motivating advanced learners to excel in curricular and co-curricular activities. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, best paper track 4 goes to OP50, that is Rohan Das Gupta. Congratulations,
Big
sir.
applause from me and a lot of claps.
Thank you.
That is AI tools as pedagogical co-pilots, adoption, perception, practice, and challenges among the technical education in Maharashtra. Congratulations, sir. And thank you for giving an opportunity to declare these awards.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
every
Thank you,
participant.
Dr. Rohan Das Gupta.
Before that, there are some instruction from the convener of the conference. Dr. Abu Sufyan is here. All the best for all paper awardee. Please know that your memento along with the certificate for the best paper award will be shipped to you within the next 15 days. We extend our heartfelt congratulations to the awardees for their achievement. This paper represents not only academic excellence, but also creativity, innovation, and a true commitment to advancing pedagogy. We also place on record our sincere thanks to all the judges and session chair for the thoughtful evaluation and guidance. To every presenter, whether awarded or not, your work has enriched the conference and will inspire future innovation in teaching and learning. Now, since we are coming to the conclusion of this conference, again, I propose the vote of thanks for this particular conference for all those who have immensely contributed for the grand success of ICTL 2.0. So respected dignitaries, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, colleagues, and dear participants, it is my proud privilege as a controller of the CTEL and convener of ICTL 2.0 to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of organizing team of Second International Conference on Innovative Teaching and Exuberant Learning. Over the past 3 days, we have been a part of an inspiring journey filled with knowledge sharing, thought-provoking discussion, and innovative ideas. This conference has truly lived up to its theme by celebrating both innovation in the pedagogy and the joy of exuberant learning. First and foremost, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Louis, the acting sub-dean and associate head learning and teaching, Charles Sturt University, Australia, for gracing the inaugural session with her insightful address. Our sincere thanks also go to valedictory program chief guest, Dr. K.K. Sangle, sir, Dean Academic Programs and Registrar, VJTI, and our guest of honor, Dr. Siti Masliana, Dean of Faculty of Medicine, University Muhammadiyah Sumatera Utara, Indonesia. Your presence and inspiration remarks has greatly enriched this academic gathering. We remain deeply indebted to Dr. Zahirai Kazi, President of Anjuman-e-Islam and Padma Awardee 2024 for his visionary presidential address at inaugural, which motivated us to strive further for excellence. Our gratitude also extended to Mr. Burhan Harris, our Honorable Executive Chairman BINM, for his thoughtful chairman's remarks and his unwavering encouragement. A special word of appreciation goes to all our keynote speakers, panelists, judges, and session chairs, your expertise had broadened our perspective and opened new direction in teaching and learning. We gratefully acknowledge the support of our collaborating institute, Charles Sturt University, Australia, University Muhammadiyah Sumatera Utara, Indonesia, and Anjuman Islam Kalseka Technical Campus, India. In particular, we recognize the contribution of Dr. Farooq Sheikh, CSU Australia, for his expert advice, guidelines in curating the conference framework, and also collaboration with Frontier.
I
Welcome.
want to say thanks to Farooq, never
Yes.
failing us.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
also on my personal note, Burhan sir, when I was the thought of starting this conference, the Dr. Farooq is the first person to whom I have contacted. So thank you, Dr. Farooq, for all your support.
Thank you.
I also thanks Dr. Rati from UMSU Indonesia for her valued role on advisory board and for chairing a conference session as well. Big thanks to Dr. Greg from CSU Australia for serving as a co-convener and session chair. My sincere thanks to Dr. Desi from Indonesia for being co-convener of this conference. We also thank our publication partner Frontier in Education for supporting this conference through abstract proceeding and by offering a special issue on advancing pedagogy through innovation. My heartfelt thanks to our joint controller of CITEL, Dr. Rohan Das Gupta, and to the entire organizing committee for their tireless efforts and seamless coordination. The name are Professor Reshma, Dr. Varsha Pawar, Ms. Shaheen Momin, Professor Sara Giniwale, Professor Nusrat Junedi, Professor Samir, Dr. Atul Meshram, Professor Imran, Professor Shagupta, and Professor Saima. Your commitment and teamwork have been the driving force behind the grand success of ICTL 2.0. A very special thanks is reserved for our conference chair and co-chair, Dr. Ramzan Khatik, Dr. Rajendra Magar, Dr. Sharik Sayyed, Professor Raj Matre, and all head of the department from Kalseka Technical Campus. Your vision, encouragement, and leadership have been the true backbone of this international conference, inspiring the entire team and guiding ICTL 2.0 to the new height of the success. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to the management and all office bearer of Anjuman Islam for their constant encouragement and visionary guidance, which have been the foundation for successfully hosting ICTL 2.0. We sincerely thank each member of our audience. Your presence and enthusiasm have made this conference truly vibrant, engaging, and memorable. With this word, I once again express our deepest appreciation to everyone who have contributed to the success of ICTL. We now look forward to your continuous collaboration as we carry this momentum into future edition. Thank you all, and I wish you the very best in your academic and professional journey ahead. Thank you. Thank you all.
But before that, I think we all need to thank Dr. Abu Sufyan, the convener of this, ICTL 2.0, Dr. Abu Sufyan, for the success of this conference. So
thank you,
Dr. Abu Sufyan, for this.
Thank you, Dr. Rohan. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Abu Sufyan sir, Dr. Rohan Das Gupta, and all CITEL team.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. Interesting. I think I've seen firsthand Dr. Abu Sufyan has been working along with his team for almost several months together. It has been a huge amount of effort to get the conference of this scale and international collaboration with so much of involvement with the faculty team. And you can see the amount of papers and the response that it has received. And that is a testament to the effort that he along with his team has taken, and huge amount of appreciation as well to our management for their support all the way along. That includes our very own chairman, Burhan Harus, who has been so supportive for all of these events. So thank you, sir, so much once again. I think we are really proud that this event of this has scale. And it is at the right opportunity time where we have become autonomous. So these have been events of that stature as well. So thank you once again. I really congratulate the entire CITEL team for a very successful international conference 2.0. And as sir mentioned, that we are looking for the 3.0 eagerly next year.
3.0.
Yes, yeah.
May I request all the participants of this Zoom meeting to kindly turn on their camera so that we can have a memento of group photo for our documentation as well as memory. Requesting all to turn on their camera.
Yeah, requesting the technical team to kindly take the requisite screenshots.
आप ले रहे
Let me know. One more. Very fast one was coming in. You got 2 seconds. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you
for active participation.